Hey, Sandra, could you fill me in on the meeting this morning? I couldn't make it. I got a bit bogged down with the budget forecasts.
Oh, sure. Well, Wilson officially announced that the Plainfield branch will be closing next month, and most of the people there will be transferred here.
Yeah, I've been hearing about that through the grapevine for a while. So they didn't give many people the boot?
None, actually. They offered early retirement to all of the people whose positions were being eliminated, and everyone leaped at the chance.
Gee, I guess it was win-win then.
Right. And of course, we're going to be taking on all of the accounts that were managed out of Plainfield.
Makes sense. So what's next for us?
You've probably heard about that big account they've been trying to win, Hanson Tech. Well, Wilson has a big project for us.
A big project already? What's that?
Wilson wants us to set up suppliers and shipping for Hanson. He wants to see a few different proposals by next week. We can get in touch with some of the people we already use, but...
Whoa, hold your horses. Suppliers and shipping for an account we haven't won yet? Isn't that putting the cart before the horse?
Probably, but I get the impression that this account has major potential, and a lot of people at corporate have their eye on Wilson. If anything goes south with it, it can't be his fault.
Ah, I get it. He's just covering his back.
Yep, you've hit the nail on the head.
But it still seems to me that this is all a bit premature. I don't want to have to be swamped for a week over something that might not even come through. Plus, I have a lot of work to do for our existing accounts.
Well, you could bring that up to Wilson, but I have the feeling that it would fall on deaf ears.
Plus, he'd probably just jump down my throat. He gets like that when he's feeling cornered.
Or you could just go over his head, make a few phone calls to corporate and...
Yeah, right. Don't hold your breath. I think I'd prefer to keep a low profile.
Not to mention keep your job.
Yeah, no pink slips for me, thank you very much. Well, I guess it's written in stone then.
What is?
The fact that we'll all be staying late and eating a lot of takeout over the next week. So, I see we got a little fender bender here.
You can say that again.
Can you tell me what happened?
Well, we were coming out of the toll booths, and this guy comes barreling out behind Mrs. Jessup here. I noticed he had been riding her tail for miles.
Yeah, I have to admit I was rubbernecking a little at the other accident, the one that happened right in front of the toll booths.
And the other guy wasn't expecting it, or he didn't like it. He sped up to go around Mrs. Jessup, and then he tried to pull in front of her to cut her off. He ended up sideswiping Mrs. Jessup. And I guess he didn't see me coming up from behind because he swerved back into my lane. I must have been in his blind spot. I slammed on the brakes, but I ended up nailing him from behind anyway. Mrs. Jessup and I pulled over, and so did he at first. Then we got out of our cars to swap information, but the other guy was gone like a bat out of hell.
What about you, ma'am? Can you tell me what happened?
That seems to cover it. What he said is about right.
So you're both telling me this was a hit and run. Did either of you manage to get his license plate number?
I did. Here you go.
Well, lucky for you, Mr. Randall, because you might have been charged for damages to this guy's car. But because he took off from the scene of the accident, you won't be held responsible.
Well, that's a relief. I thought I was looking at a lawsuit.
If you give me a minute, I'll just radio this in so we can track him down.
When you get him, I won't have any problems giving him a piece of my mind.
And I won't lose any sleep over taking him to the cleaners for my car. It was brand new.
Well, I wouldn't count my chickens before they hatch, Mrs. Jessup. If you expect compensation, you might be barking up the wrong tree. In many of these cases, the perpetrators run because they're usually caught up in other illegal dealings or because they don't have insurance.
Fantastic. He could have totaled my car.
Well, at least no one is hurt. It could have been a lot worse. You two sit tight for a moment, and I'll have you right out of here and back on the road in no time.
So, Mr. and Mrs. York, you've seen the place 3 times now. What do you think? Are you in the market for such a wonderful house?
It really is lovely, but I think we'd like another week to mull it over.
Sure. But I will say, for what you're getting, the scenic location, the amenities, the place is truly a steal. You won't find a better deal. The value of this land is going up daily. In a couple of years, it'll go through the roof. If you decide to buy, what you'll pay now is a drop in the bucket compared to what you could eventually sell it for. You'll really clean up.
We'll keep that in mind. We just don't want to rush into anything. We want to take our time with this decision. We've been burned before.
I should mention, though, there are 2 other couples who are eyeing the place up. They'd like to see the place next week and are chomping at the bit to buy it. And because the buyer's market has never been better, you want to strike while the iron's hot.
Do you think we could have a couple of minutes to ourselves to talk things over?
Of course. I'll make myself scarce and wait for you outside.
From what I've seen, this place is a dream come true.
Yes, dear, but keep in mind, it's his job to talk the place up. It does seem perfect. Too perfect. I keep thinking, what's the catch?
So what aren't you happy with?
Nothing in particular. I guess I always get cold feet before any big decision.
I thought maybe you were hung up on the kitchen. I know how you like your space in the kitchen.
Oh, the kitchen is small, but that's not a problem. Besides, I'll have everything right at my fingertips, right?
So what is the problem?
It's just so much money. We could lose our shirts with this.
Let's not forget, dear, any time you make an investment, it's a crapshoot. But we should remember why we're doing this. We wanted to simplify our lives and to have a nest egg for retirement. And from what Martin tells us, even if we end up hating it here, if we move, we'll almost surely make money. If not for the house, then for the land.
You're right. And I do love that hot tub out back.
We'll make an offer then?
Let's find Martin and tell him it's a go.
Simon, Madeline, welcome. It's great to see you guys.
Hi, Jeff. Thanks for inviting us. And sorry we're a bit late. Simon decided to take the scenic route.
Well, a captain is only as good as his navigator.
Uh-oh. Did I not give you decent directions? I know it's hard to find this place. It's a little bit off the beaten track.
Your directions were perfect, Jeff. We just got a little mixed up coming off the interstate. And, of course, it will be a cold day in hell before Simon here stops and asks for directions, even in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, but I told you I could wing it and find my way here.
And here you both are. Well, come on in and shake off the dust. You can freshen up and I'll whip up some of my famous guacamole and a drink or two. We can relax on the porch and catch up as the sun goes down.
Ah, a fiesta in the country. I can't wait. I can feel myself unwinding already.
I'll say. Now there's a way to end a long drive. Ah, what a great way to kick off our weekend in the country.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to some R&R for a long time. I've really needed to recharge the batteries.
Well, I'm glad to be able to offer you a weekend getaway for a break from the rat race. That's why I love being out here so much.
So, how is the big change working out for you? Have you felt much culture shock moving out to the sticks like this?
No, not at all. I grew up in the country, so in a way, this feels more like home to me than the city. In fact, sometimes I felt like a fish out of water in the city. Of course, there are things I miss, but all in all, I'm really happy to be out here in the boondocks.
So you're here full-time now, then?
Well, I still have a little place in the city, but this is where I hang my hat for now.
And how's the writing coming along?
It's great, now. At first, I was really afraid that it wasn't going to pan out, that I'd really made a terrible mistake leaving my job and moving here to write. I had a bad case of writer's block, but then I snapped out of it, and I've actually just finished my manuscript.
Hey, congratulations! Let's have a toast to that.
Yeah, cheers.
And what about the locals? Are you meeting nice people here?
Oh, sure. When I bought the place, I didn't know anyone, of course. I think I stuck out like a sore thumb, too, because everyone knows everyone around here. People always seem to be sizing me up, but giving me the cold shoulder at the same time.
And it must have been rough starting from square one when it came to a social life, too.
Yeah, that was not easy. No one reached out to me except to make small talk.
So, how did you break the ice? If I know you, you put on a big smile and had new friends lined up at your door in no time.
Actually, I had a secret weapon.
A secret weapon? What's that?
You're eating it.
The guacamole?
Hey, I told you it was famous. Around here, at least.
So, you just started handing complete strangers bowls of guacamole? Gee, you'd think that would raise a few eyebrows.
No, of course not. There was actually a good old-fashioned town picnic, so I brought as much of the stuff as I could make. As soon as people started tasting it, I had all sorts of welcomes and invitations to dinner.
So it's true that the fastest way to someone's heart is through their stomach.
And speaking of which, when's dinner?
Whenever we want. We're not on the clock here.
Great, because the sunset is gorgeous. I could sit here all weekend. No lights, no sirens, no honking horns. I could really get used to this.
Yep, this is the life.
Hi, excuse me. Could you tell me where the nearest subway stop is?
Yeah, 4 blocks that way and a block to the left. 14th and 1st Avenue.
Thanks. Do you mind if I take a load off? I've been walking forever.
No, go ahead. Are you new to the city?
Yeah, I just moved here 2 weeks ago.
What brings you to New York?
Well, in a nutshell, I guess I wanted to make a clean break. You know, start over.
I hear you. I'm trying to turn over a new leaf myself.
Really? What is it you do?
Well, actually, things are a bit up in the air at the moment. I was just fired from my job.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that.
No big deal, really. I wanted to leave that job ages ago. I kept putting it off out of laziness.
Wow, you lost your job? So what did you do?
I was working for a magazine. I wanted to be a writer when I got out of college. I took this job as the assistant to an editor, thinking it would be a foot in the door. I was wrong.
Do you mind me asking why you got fired?
I showed up for work late one too many times, I guess. Actually, they were already unhappy with me before. Showing up late was just the straw that broke the camel's back.
So what do you have in mind now?
I was thinking of going back to school or taking writing classes.
You know, I want to start taking some classes too. Right now I teach.
What do you teach?
Dance. Mostly salsa these days. But it's just to get on my feet until I get a break in performance.
I've always been interested in learning salsa, but I've never been sure I'd be good at it. You see, I have 2 left feet.
Oh, come on. I'm sure you're being hard on yourself. You should come by the studio sometime and check out our classes. The truth is, since I'm new, I don't have many students yet. The old students stick to the teachers they had before, so I have to find new ones.
Wow, dance classes. I've never considered that before. Why not? I might do that. In any case, I have nothing but free time now, right?
Here's my number at the studio. My name is BJ, by the way.
I'm Keith. Nice to meet you.
Likewise. Well, guess I better hit the road. Lots to do today.
Good luck. Hope it turns out well for you.
Nice talking to you. Give me a call. Maybe we can have coffee sometime.
Yeah, that would be great. I'll call you.
Cool. See ya.
Gee, I guess things are already looking up.
We need to talk.
Can this wait? It's after 2. I'm tired.
You're hardly ever home, Patrick. We can't put this off any longer.
Fine. What?
We want to talk to you about your life.
Here it comes.
You need to be more responsible. You stay out too late. You're not taking your graduation very seriously.
Give me a break. I do have a job, you know.
Actually, you've had 3 different jobs in the last 6 weeks. You seem to brush them off like they're games. And you aren't putting away any of your money. You burn through it and live paycheck to paycheck.
Well, it's no skin off your nose. It's my money, right?
Yes, but you don't seem to be thinking at all about your future. We can't support you forever, you know. You've got to start to make your own way in the world soon.
Patrick, you're smart. You have to get a real job. If you'd like, I can help you get the ball rolling. I'd like to get you a job working at my company. It'll be a way to get your feet wet in business until you find something on your own.
It's like talking to a wall with you two. How many times do I have to tell you I don't want to work in business? I'm going to be a writer.
Patrick, that's an admirable goal, but you can't go about it with your head in the clouds. You need to start somewhere concrete. But even before that, you need to earn a living somehow.
I've told you 1,000 times I don't want to sell out and work for a corporation.
Who put this idea in your head anyway? Was it Marcy?
I knew it. That's what this is all about. Just because you don't get along with Marcy.
Patrick, it's true that we don't see eye to eye with you on Girlfriends. But this is not about Marcy. This is about you taking charge of your life.
Wake up and smell the coffee, Patrick. Marcy hasn't set very high goals for herself in life, and if you—
Honey, we agreed we'd focus on the job situation first. Let's just—
Oh, I can't believe this.
Your mother just wants the best for you. But your relationship with Marcy is neither here nor there. The point is, you are 23 and haven't had a decent job since you graduated.
Must you constantly be on my case about this? Look, the way I see it, it's my life now, and I'm the only one who should have to worry about it. You two have to cut the cord.
Well, we're glad you think so, son, because your mother and I have decided it's about time you moved out.
What?
Time to face the music. It's sink or swim, Patrick. Welcome to the real world.
You're just cutting me off?
Oh, of course not, son. Your father is just being dramatic. But it really is time for you to face the real world. We're doing this because we love you. We'll be there to help if you need it.
Oh, okay. So does that mean I can drop my laundry off here for you, Mom?
Logan, there you are.
Hey, Art. Glad you caught me. I was just packing up shop.
I was almost out the door, too. Then I remembered you wanted to get together this weekend. You still feel up to it?
I do, but you're not going to stand me up like you did last week, are you?
Are you still stewing over that? Cut me some slack, Logan. It wasn't my fault plans fell through at the last minute. There was an emergency.
You left me high and dry 10 minutes before the concert started.
Logan, I told you I had to pick up my niece from soccer practice. Her mom's car broke down. I said I was sorry. What else can I do?
So, you'd like to make it up to me?
Uh-oh.
I'll think about it and let you know. But in the meantime, I definitely need to let off some steam after this week. What a headache.
Same here.
Any ideas?
I don't know. Something low-key. I've been running around like a chicken with its head cut off all week.
How about catching a flick?
Okay, but we never see eye to eye on movies. What have you got in mind? No chick flicks, I hope.
Don't be such a sexist pig. You know, there is...
Hey, Steven, so what's the word? Are you going to go for the sales director position? Have you talked to Bonnie yet?
Well, I'm not sure. I'm still mulling it over. I heard Larry say he was going for the job, and that he was sure he was a shoo-in for the position. That kind of took the wind out of my sails. I don't know. What's your take on the situation?
Listen, Larry talks a big game, but has nothing to back it up. Plus, he's a bit wet behind the ears when it comes to managing people.
Maybe, but I want to be sure that I'll get the position before I ask. I don't want anyone to get the idea I'm not content where I am, and then be stuck here.
I hear you. People in the same boat have been canned before, or at least passed up for promotion later on.
Exactly. Thing is, I really need this new job. I'm earning peanuts now, and with the baby, I just can't seem to make ends meet. Plus, there are some things that need to be fixed on the house, and problems with the car that I've let sit on the back burner for ages. I just can't afford to do that anymore.
Well, if you ask me, you and that job, a match made in heaven. That job has your name on it. You'd be perfect for it. It wouldn't be like a new job at all. It'd be more like a promotion. And you've definitely got Bonnie where you want her. Jolie left and they're hard-pressed to fill the slot quickly. And you've got all the qualifications. Go tell Bonnie that you want that job.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I've got all my ducks in a row before I step into her office.
What ducks? You need more money. You'd be good at the job. All you've got to do is step up to the plate.
Well, there's also the issue of my family life. I already have my fingers in too many pies. I worry that I won't be able to take on more responsibility. It will mean more to take home at night.
Okay.
And I don't want to jump the gun. I mean, there's always a good and a bad time to do these things, and that position won't actually be open for another 3 months.
Listen, there's no time like the present. You know what your obstacle in this is? You're not assertive enough. They need someone. Just take the bull by the horns, march in there, and present yourself for the position.
Do you really think so?
Absolutely. Put your best foot forward. Remember, bull, horns. Go for it. Hello?
Hey, Dad, how are ya?
Maya, glad you called.
Just checking in. How are things going?
Well, to tell the truth, we're having a rough time of it.
What's happening?
Well, your mother's feeling a bit under the weather.
Oh, no.
Don't worry. She's caught a bug is all.
I hope she gets over it soon.
Seems like a 24-hour thing. She'll be back on her feet in a day or so, I think.
That's good. I'm sorry I haven't called in a few weeks. I was so far behind in my schoolwork, it took me some time to get up to speed for my midterms. What's been going on at home?
Your mother and I were planning on calling you today to give you some bad news.
What happened?
Your great-uncle Bill just passed away.
You're kidding. I talked to him only 2 weeks ago. He seemed fine.
Yeah, we were sure he'd pull through, but he got an infection and his health took a nosedive. He went downhill fast.
This is terrible.
It caught everyone off guard. Your Aunt Helen said one day he was fine, the next day he was gone.
I can't believe this. And how is Aunt Helen taking it?
You know your aunt. She's hanging in there. But she's up to her neck in bills.
I can imagine. What with the funeral and all.
Not just that. Hospitals, doctors, medication. It costs a pretty penny these days. But your aunt says it was worth every dime. She said the folks at the hospital bent over backwards to make them feel comfortable and at home. And Uncle Bill didn't suffer very much. He was smiling right up to the end.
Is there anything I can do?
You might want to call your cousin. It seems this is taking a big toll on Jackie. Your aunt says she's not eating and won't talk to anyone.
You think she'll talk to me if I call?
It's worth a shot.
All right. Is there anything else?
Yes, we'll be paying our respects this Friday. Do you think you can catch a flight home?
I don't have Friday classes, and I'll take off from work. I'll be there in the morning.
Okay. Give me a call with the details and I'll come and pick you up at the airport.
Okay, I will. Bye, Dad.
I can't even stand up on these things.
Relax. Don't try so hard.
You know what? I must have a screw loose. I can't ski. I've never been one to do anything athletic. I'm just gonna throw in the towel now.
Just keep your shirt on. You haven't even tried yet. Don't be such a stick in the mud. Here, take my hand. Good. Now, first thing you want to do is bend your knees.
Like this?
Yeah. Now lean back. All right, good. Doing great. Now, pretend your knees are like springs. When you hit a bump,
There are bumps? I thought we were on the bunny trail.
we are. But yeah, there might be a couple of small ones.
Well, what do I do then?
Just go with the flow. Pretend your knees are springs. Let them bend with the curve of the terrain. Don't be stiff.
Sure, whatever.
Same goes if you fall.
There's falling involved?
You're bound to fall. You're just learning. Anyway, worst thing is if you're stiff when you fall. You'll really do a number on yourself if your body's tense when you hit the ground.
Hey, look at that kid. She's not using any poles.
Yeah, actually, it's more about balance and your knees. Poles help balance, of course, but when you're learning, they can be a distraction. Maybe you should...
No way. I'm keeping the poles. They're my security blanket.
All right, whatever. Now to stop, make your skis into a wedge shape and just let yourself slowly come to a stop. Let's give it a whirl. Drift towards me and...
Here I come.
Wedge!
Whoa!
That was great! You're really batting 1,000.
I can't believe I just did that. I'm actually taking to this skiing stuff.
Like a duck to water.
Would you say that I'm poetry in motion?
Well, maybe not quite yet, but soon enough. So, ready to get this show on the road?
Don't I need more practice?
This will be your practice. Let's go up to the top.
Yikes. From the top, this hill looks a lot steeper than I thought.
They always do. You just have to see your path down and make up your mind to follow it. Listen, don't worry. You have the basics. It's all downhill from here. Literally.
Very funny.
Best thing about a day on the slopes is the evening. Tonight you're going to sleep like a log, my friend. Here we go.
Mina, if I buy the farm on the way down, I think you should know. You've always been my closest friend.
Right. Now get going.
I can't move. My legs won't let me. Hey, what are you doing?
You'll be here all day if I let you. I'm just giving you a little bit of a jump start.
You wouldn't. You'd really push your best friend down a ski slope?
See you at the bottom.
Whoa!
You hear about that guy who was struck by lightning?
You mean that man up in Maine?
That's the one, the blind guy who could see again.
I read about him in the paper this week. He'd been blind for about 8 or 9 years.
Huh. Wasn't he also able to hear again after the lightning hit him?
Right. He didn't have to wear a hearing aid anymore.
I think it was a miracle.
Me too.
47. Talking it over. Can't we go someplace and talk? It's so crowded in here.
Well, there's a little park down the street about 3 blocks. It's usually not crowded this time of day.
Let's go. I need to get some fresh air anyway.
Just what is it you want to talk about?
You remember that note you sent me last month?
Which one? The one about the trip out west?
Yeah, that's the one. Listen, I've got a terrific idea about the whole project and we need to discuss it.
Wonderful. I'd like to hear some of your ideas.
48. Weekend plans. Hi. I'm glad I ran into you.
Why? What's up?
How'd you like to go on a hike this weekend?
All weekend?
Well, just Saturday and Sunday.
I'm not sure I can be gone all weekend. I promised to help my sister move Saturday.
How about Sunday, then? We could start early in the morning.
I might be able to do that. Tell you what, let me check and I'll call you at home tonight.
Great. I'll talk to you later.
So long.
49. At the doctor's office. What seems to be the problem?
Well, I have a bad cough and a sore throat. I also have a headache.
How long have you had these symptoms?
About 3 days now. And I'm really tired, too.
It sounds like you've got the flu. Take aspirin every 4 hours and get plenty of rest. Make sure you drink lots of fluids. Call me if you're still sick next week.
Okay, thanks.
50. Dinner invitation.
Don't forget. We're invited out to dinner tonight.
Oh, I almost forgot. Thanks for reminding me. What time?
7:30. We should leave the house by 6:30. You know how bad the traffic is that time of night.
It's informal, isn't it?
Yeah. You can wear your new sports jacket.
Okay. I'll try to get home a little early.
Good. Bye-bye.
51. Making a purchase. How much is this?
You mean the large one or the small one?
The large one.
They're on special this week. They've been reduced to $5.
Is this the only kind you have?
No. We have some that are different in style but not in color. They're over there. Do you see the sign?
Oh, yes. I think I'll look at those over there before I decide.
Very well. Just take your time.
52. Bedtime.
Did you lock the doors?
All except the back door. I left that open for Tim. He took the dog for a walk.
Well, I'm going on to bed. I'm bushed.
Okay. I'm going to stay up a while. I've got to go over the household budget. We're a little overspent this month.
Please tell Tim to close the door to the basement. I don't want the dog down there tonight.
Okay. Good night. See you at breakfast. 53. What time is it?
What time is it? We're going to be late.
It's 7:15. We're on time. Don't panic.
But I thought we had to be at the restaurant by 7:30 for the surprise party. We'll never make it there with all this evening traffic.
Sure we will. Rush hour is almost over. Anyway, the party starts at 8 o'clock. But I do need help with directions. Can you call the restaurant and ask them where we park our car? 54. Formal introductions.
Mr. Wilson, I'd like you to meet Dr. Edward Smith.
It's nice to meet you, Dr. Smith.
Pleasure to meet you, too.
Dr. Smith is an economist. He just finished writing a book on international trade.
Oh? That's my field, too. I work for the United Nations.
In the development program, by any chance?
Yes. How did you guess?
I've read your articles on technical assistance. They're excellent.
55. Informal greetings and farewells.
Hi, Helen. How's it going?
Fine, thanks. And you?
Just fine. Where are you off to?
To the library. I've got a history exam next week and need to start studying. Ugh.
Oh, no. Well, I'll see you later then. Good luck.
Thanks. See you later.
56. Formal greetings. Good morning, Professor Austin. How are you doing?
Good morning, James. I am doing well. And you?
I'm great, thank you. This is my friend Emma. She is thinking about applying to this college. She has a few questions. Would you mind telling us about the process, please?
Hello, Emma. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm more than happy to speak with you. Please stop by my office next week.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Professor. Thank you so much for helping us.
Don't mention it. Hopefully, I will be able to answer your questions.
57. A telephone call. Hi, Alice, it's John. How are you?
Oh, hi, John. I was just thinking about you.
That's nice. I was wondering if you'd like to go to a movie tonight.
Sure, I'd love to. What's playing?
I was thinking about that new comedy Lights Out. What do you think?
Sounds great.
Okay, I'll pick you up around 7:30. The movie starts at 8 o'clock.
See you then. Bye.
58. Can you say that again? Hello? Hi, Stephanie. How are things at the office?
Hi, Luke. How are you? Can you please stop and pick up extra paper for the computer printer?
What did you say? Can you repeat that, please? Did you say to pick up ink for the printer? Sorry, the phone is cutting out.
Can you hear me now? No, I need more computer paper. Listen, I'll text you exactly what I need. Thanks, Luke. Talk to you later.
Thanks, Stephanie. Sorry, my phone has really bad reception here. 59. Coincidences.
Well, hello there, Julia. Long time no see.
Meg. Hi. What a coincidence. I haven't seen you in ages. What are you doing here?
I just got a new job in the city, so I'm shopping for some clothes. Hey, what do you think of this shirt?
Well, you know how much I love blue. See? I've got the same shirt.
You always did have good taste. What a small world.
60. Calling for help. Hey, that car just ran a red light and hit the truck.
Is anyone hurt?
I don't know. Let's call 911. Hello? I'd like to report a car accident near the post office on Charles Street. It looks like a man is hurt. Yes, it just happened. Okay, thanks. Bye.
What did they say?
They're going to send an ambulance and a police car right away.
Good, they're here. I hope the man is okay.
I know. You have to be so careful when you're driving. How are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Fine, thanks. Oh, excuse me, here's my bus. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
2. Informal greetings and farewells. Hi. How are you?
Fine, thanks, and you?
Just fine. Where are you going?
To the library.
Okay. I'll see you later. So long.
So long.
3. Time.
What time is it?
It's 4:45.
Aren't we supposed to be at Jim's house by 5 o'clock?
5 or 5:30. He said it didn't make any difference.
Then maybe we could pick your suit up at the cleaners.
Sure, we have plenty of time. 4. Birthdays.
How old are you?
9, but I'll be 10 on May 16th.
I'm older than you. I'll be 10 on May 14th.
Are you going to have a birthday party?
Maybe. I'll have to ask my mother.
5. A crowded theater. Excuse me, is this seat taken?
No, it isn't.
Would you mind moving over one, so my friend and I can sit together?
No, not at all.
Thanks a lot. 6. Mistakes. Where did John go?
He went to the drugstore.
To the bookstore?
No, I said he went to the drugstore.
Oh, I misunderstood you. I thought you said bookstore.
How could you make a mistake like that? Weren't you paying attention?
13. Games.
Say, Joe, do you play bridge?
No, I don't play any card games. But I know how to play chess. How about you, George?
Well, I happen to be one of the best chess players around.
Okay. Let's play, then. We'll see who's the best. 14. Sports. Say, what's your favorite sport?
It's hard to say. I like golf a lot, but I guess I like tennis better.
Do you play much tennis?
Yes, quite a bit. How about a game sometime?
Sorry. I'm strictly a spectator. Football, baseball, basketball, golf, I watch them all. 15. Coincidences. Haven't I seen you somewhere before?
No, I don't think so.
But your face is so familiar. Wait a second, I know. We were on the same flight to New York last month.
Oh, yes. Now I remember. What a coincidence to meet in San Francisco.
Well, you know what they say, it's a small world. 16. Safety. There's the shoe store we've been looking for. It's just across the street.
Wait. You can't cross the street in the middle of the block. You have to cross at the corner.
Oh, come on. Let's go across here.
Look out. You nearly got hit by that car. Now do you see why you should cross at the corner?
I guess you're right. I'll be more careful after this. 17. Taking a vacation. Did you say you're going to take a vacation next month?
Yes, my family and I are going to New York for a week. We want to visit the museums and see some plays.
I envy you. I haven't had a vacation for a long time. I wish I could get away for a while.
You can take a vacation sometime soon, can't you?
No, there's too much work to do. Maybe next year, though. 18. Health.
I hear you've been ill.
Well, I had the flu for a couple of weeks, but I'm fine now.
You're looking well. By the way, did you hear about Mrs. Jackson?
No, what about her?
She had such a bad case of the flu that they had to take her to the hospital.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, what a beautiful cat. What do you think?
I think I'd rather get a dog. Dogs are more loyal than cats.
Yes, but there's so much work. Would you be willing to walk it every single day? And clean up after it?
Good point. What about a bird? Or a fish?
We'd have to invest a lot of money in a cage or a fish tank. And I don't really know how to take care of a bird or a fish.
Well, we're obviously not ready to get a pet yet.
Yeah, you're right. Let's go grab some coffee and talk about it.
73. Parents' Night Out. Can you get a babysitter for tonight?
I don't know. Why?
Well, I thought we could go out for dinner and then go to a movie afterward.
I can call Debbie and see if she's available. She usually doesn't like to sit during the week, but she might make an exception.
Well, do that, and then call me at the office if you have any luck.
Okay, but don't get your hopes too high. It's hard to find a good babysitter these days.
74. A Night at the Theater.
What a fantastic performance. Thank you for inviting me to the musical.
You are welcome. I'm happy you enjoyed the show. The choreography of the dancers was incredible. It reminds me of when I used to dance.
I know. You were such a talented ballerina. Do you miss dancing?
Oh, that's very kind of you, Shannon. I do miss it sometimes. But I will always be a fan of the arts. That's why I love going to musicals, because it's the perfect combination of song, dance and theater.
Absolutely. I'm glad you are still an art fan too. Thank you for the invitation. It's always a pleasure to attend an arts event with you and learn something new.
75. What are you good at?
So, what should we do?
Well, I like to do arts and crafts, and I'm really good at drawing. What do you think?
How about playing a board game? That would be more fun.
Okay. Let's play Scrabble. I'm really good at spelling, too.
Oh, yeah? We'll see about that.
76. Car insurance. I need to get car insurance. You got any ideas?
Well, you could try my company. It seems to have fair rates.
Do they insure older cars?
As far as I know, they insure all kinds of vehicles.
How long have you had a policy with them?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe 5 years.
And you say their rates are low?
Not low, reasonable. I've always gotten good service from them. Let me give you their phone number and you can call them.
77. Taking a vacation.
I just bought a ticket to New York City. I'm so excited to see the city.
Good for you. Traveling is so much fun. I love discovering new places and new people. When are you leaving?
Next week. I'm taking the red eye. It was cheaper. Hopefully, I'll be able to sleep on the plane.
I wish I could go with you. New York City is a magical place. You will have so much fun.
I hope so. I'm going to visit my brother who lives there. I will stay for a week and then take the train down to Washington, D.C.
That sounds like a great vacation. I'm looking forward to a week at the beach for my summer vacation. I just want to relax.
78. Giving your opinion. Where should we take a vacation this year? Let's decide soon.
Well, I'd like to go somewhere warm. How about the beach? Or we could rent a cabin on the lake.
You want to go to the beach, again? I want to ski this winter. How about a compromise? What about traveling to the Alps in Europe next April? We can find a ski resort on a lake.
Oh, we've never been to Europe before. But I don't know if it will be sunny and warm then. I need to do some research first. That will help me make up my mind.
79. Hobbies. I'm so happy this week of midterm exams is finished.
Same here. I'm looking forward to relaxing in the mountains this weekend. I've planned a little hike in the woods. And I'm gonna take a canoe trip down the river if the weather cooperates.
Oh, fun. I'm going to Michigan. I'm taking my camera because fall is coming fast. The leaves are already turning all shades of red and orange. It will be awesome.
Next time you go there, I'll join you. I've heard Michigan is a great place to go canoeing.
80. Weddings.
Doesn't the bride look beautiful in that wedding dress?
Yes. She looks amazing. And the groom is so romantic. I just heard the story of how they got engaged. He proposed to her during a candlelight dinner in London. Did you know that was where they went to school?
Oh, wonderful. And the honeymoon. What a great idea. Most people just go to the beach for a week after they tie the knot. But they plan on heading to California and cruising the coast on their motorcycle.
Really? What a fantastic idea. This is by far the best wedding I've ever been to.
81. Giving advice.
Thanks for meeting with me during your lunch hour. I appreciate it.
No problem. I'm happy to help. What's going on?
Oh, you know, the usual. Should I take this new job? Or do I stick with my current one?
Well, I think it's time for a change, don't you? They pay you late and you are unhappy.
Do you really think so?
I know so. And I've been listening to you complain for over a year now. Trust me. Take the job. What do you have to lose?
82. Making plans.
When shall we meet?
You mean to talk about the party?
Right. We really need to plan better this time. Remember what a mess it was at the last party?
I sure do. I hope we'll do much more planning this time.
Well, that's why we're going to meet tomorrow at my house. How does 7:30 sound to you?
Fine by me. I'll call Jan and Judy. We'll see you tomorrow.
Somebody's playing the piano.
Yeah, it sounds nice, doesn't it? I wish I could play a musical instrument.
Don't you play the violin?
No, but my sister does. Actually, she's pretty good at it.
I took flute lessons for a couple of years, but I never learned to play very well. I guess I don't have any musical talent.
Oh, that's not true. You sing very well. I can't even do that.
20. Recipes.
Would you like some cookies? I just made them.
Thank you. Yes, I would.
These are chocolate, and those are almond flavored.
I guess I'll try a chocolate one first. This is delicious. Are they hard to make?
No, they're really quite easy. Wait a minute, I've got the recipe right here. See, these are the ingredients, and then you just follow the directions.
That does look easy. I think I'll make some tonight.
21. Weather.
BRRR. I'm cold. I thought it was supposed to get warmer today.
Yeah, I thought so, too. That's what the weatherman said.
It must be the wind that makes it so cold. I'm freezing.
Me, too. Let's go inside.
Okay. It's no fun standing out here, even if the sun is shining.
22. Having things done. Excuse me. I wonder if you can help me.
Sure. What is it?
I want to have my hair cut, but I can't find a barber shop.
I know where one is. Come on, I'll show you.
23. Transportation.
Shall we take a taxi or a bus to the meeting?
We'd better take a bus. It's almost impossible to find a taxi during rush hour.
Isn't that a bus stop over there?
Yes. Oh, there's a bus now. We'll have to run to catch it.
Okay. Oh, no. We just missed it.
Never mind. There'll be another one in 10 minutes. 24. Mailing letters. Do you mind if we stop by the post office? One have to mail these letters and I don't have any stamps.
Oh, I have some. We don't need to go all the way to the post office.
That would save time. Can you let me have 2 airmail stamps and 1 regular one?
Here you are. Are you sure that's enough?
Yes, that's fine. Now all we have to do is find a mailbox. 25. Animals.
That's a beautiful cat. I wonder who it belongs to.
It belongs to the Browns. They live across the street from us. They have 3 cats, 2 dogs, and a canary.
They certainly must like pets. But how do all those animals get along with each other?
Don't ask me. Ask the Browns. 26. Shopping.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for a pair of white gloves. I think I wear size 6.
The white gloves are on this counter. Let's see. Here's a size 6. These are very nice, and they're washable, too.
Oh, I'll try them on. They seem to fit. How much are they?
$5.
All right. I'll take them.
That'll be $5.20 with the tax.
27. Weddings.
Guess what? Paul and Susan are engaged.
Really? When did that happen?
a week ago. They met last summer and now, just think, they'll be married soon.
Have they set a date for the wedding?
No, not yet. But Susan says they'd like to get married in November or December. Then they'll go to Hawaii for their honeymoon.
28. Comparing. I think this material is much prettier than that, don't you?
Well, I don't know. I like them both. Why do you like that one better?
Well, the design is more interesting and the colors are brighter. And it's not as expensive, either.
Oh, I see what you mean. And besides, these colors are more becoming to you.
Do you really think so? I'll buy it, then. 29. Pastimes. What do you do in your spare time?
Oh, nothing special. I read, watch TV, go to the movies.
Don't you have any hobbies, like stamp collecting or things like that?
No, I don't have any hobbies. How about you?
I have just one, photography. It's expensive, but it's a lot of fun. 30. Greetings, acquaintances. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
Just fine, thanks. How are you?
Wonderful. Things couldn't be better.
31.
I'll be your waiter today. Can I start you off with something to drink?
Yes. I'll have iced tea, please.
And I'll have lemonade.
Okay. Are you ready to order, or do you need a few minutes?
I think we're ready. I'll have the tomato soup to start, and the roast beef with mashed potatoes and peas.
How do you want the beef, rare, medium, or well done?
Well done, please.
And I'll just have the fish, with potatoes and a salad.
62. At the supermarket.
Hey, Julia, look at those desserts. How about baking some cookies today?
Yeah, that's a great idea. While we're here, let's pick up the ingredients. Okay, what do we need?
The recipe calls for flour, sugar and butter. Oh, and we also need eggs and chocolate chips.
Why don't you get the dairy ingredients? You'll find those in the refrigerated section in the back of the store. I'll get the dry ingredients, they're in aisle 10.
Great. Let's meet at the checkout.
Okay. See you there.
63. Running errands. Hi, there. How can I help you?
Well, I'm in town visiting for a few days, and I need to get some things done while I'm here.
Sure. What do you need?
I need to get my hair cut. I also need to have my new pants hemmed.
Okay. Here's a map of the city. There's a good hair salon here, which is just a block away. And there's Taylor right here. Is there anything else?
Yes. I'll need to have my car serviced before my long drive home.
No problem. There's a good mechanic a few blocks away. 64. Shopping. Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for a sweater, in a size medium.
Let's see, here's a nice white one. What do you think?
I think I'd rather have it in blue.
Okay, here's blue, in a medium. Would you like to try it on?
Okay, yes, I love it. It fits perfectly. How much is it?
It's 0. It will be 3, with tax.
Perfect. I'll take it.
65. At the post office. What can I do for you today?
I need to mail this package to New York, please.
Okay, let's see how much it weighs. It's about 5 pounds. If you send it express, it will get there tomorrow. Or you can send it priority and it will get there by Saturday.
Saturday is fine. How much will that be?
$11.35. Do you need anything else?
Oh, yeah. I almost forgot. I need a book of stamps, too.
Okay, your total comes to $20.35. 66. Catching up after class.
Hey, how did your physics exam go?
Not bad, thanks. I'm just glad it's over. How about you? How'd your presentation go?
Oh, it went really well. Thanks for helping me with it.
No problem. So, do you feel like studying tomorrow for our math exam?
Yeah, sure. Come over around 10 o'clock, after breakfast.
Alright. I'll bring my notes. 67. Weather report.
It's freezing outside. What happened to the weather report? I thought this cold front was supposed to pass.
Yeah, I thought so too. That's what I read online this morning.
I guess the wind chill is really driving down the temperature.
Can we go inside? I feel like my toes are starting to go numb.
68. Transportation.
Should we take a taxi or a bus to the mall?
Let's take a bus. It's impossible to get a taxi during rush hour.
Isn't that a bus stop over there?
Yes, oh. There's a bus now. We'll have to run to catch it.
Oh, no. We just missed it.
No problem. There'll be another one in 10 minutes. 69. How old are you?
I'm really excited for Aunt Mary's surprise birthday party this afternoon. Aren't you?
Yeah. How old is she?
She'll be 55 on May 14th.
Wow. I didn't know that my mom was older. She's going to be 57 on September 2nd. Anyway, Aunt Mary's going to be so surprised to see us all here.
I know. But we still have to get all the food set up before she gets here, okay? We're all ready now. SHH. She's here.
Surprise.
70. At the movies. We'd like 2 tickets for the 3:30 show, please.
Here you go. Enjoy the movie.
Would you mind moving over one, so my friend and I can sit together?
No, not at all.
Thanks a lot. 71. What's your favorite sport? What time is the soccer game on? I thought it started at noon.
We must have had a wrong time. Oh, well, soccer's not my favorite sport anyway. I much prefer basketball.
Oh, really? I thought your favorite sport was tennis. I'm a big fan of basketball, too.
How about a game sometime?
Sure thing. Why don't we go shoot some hoops now since the soccer game isn't on?
Excellent idea. Let's go.
Lake Superior is the largest of the 5 Great Lakes.
That's right. It's also considered the second largest lake in the world.
It's hard to imagine now, but it was carved by glaciers over 12,000 years ago.
I'm glad it's warmer now. Otherwise, I wouldn't want to go scuba diving.
This is going to be the coolest dive ever. Are there really shipwrecks that we can explore on the bottom of the lake?
The guide told me that there are over 5,000 ships scattered on the bottom of the 5 lakes.
That's a lot of possible hidden treasure to find. 94. Maple syrup and pancakes. These pancakes are amazing. I'm hooked on Vermont maple syrup.
I still can't believe what the waiter said. Vermont produces more than 1 million gallons of maple syrup each year.
That's syrup for a lot of pancakes.
After our walk yesterday to see some of Vermont's covered bridges, it's no wonder you're so hungry.
How far did we walk?
We took the same route as a half marathon that is held every year, so we walked over 13 miles.
Those bridges were beautiful. I wish we could see more.
There are about 100 authentic covered bridges in this state, so we might see some more on our drive today.
95. From Grand Central to Connecticut. Grand Central was incredible.
Yes, I loved the painted ceiling the best.
It's hard to believe that it's just a couple of hours later, and we're in a rural area of Connecticut. But why exactly are we here?
This was part of the Underground Railroad.
You mean like a subway?
No, not at all. The Underground Railroad was neither underground nor railroad. During the time of slavery in the U.S., many slaves chose to escape from their owners and find a safe place.
The Underground Railroad was part of the abolitionist movement, and it gave safe places to fugitive slaves to stay as they went north to escape slavery. People helped them along the way. It was a dangerous trip for slaves, and the people who helped them ran a risk too.
Wow, and this area of Connecticut was part of the Underground Railroad?
This part and other places in the state too.
96. Getting a tourist visa. Did we book our flights yet for our trip to the U.S.?
Sam, first we need to get our visas. When do we go to the U.S. Embassy for our tourist visa interviews?
We have a lot to do before going to the interviews. First, we need individual pictures of each of us. There are photo requirements, so we probably should go to a photography studio that takes passport photos.
What else do we need to do?
There's a form to fill out. After we complete the form, we must print the confirmation page. We need to bring that page to our interviews.
And we have to schedule our interviews at the U.S. Embassy.
And I've checked our passports. All of our passports are valid for at least 6 months after our trip.
97. Hiking in New Hampshire.
There was so much news about the New Hampshire primary during this election year, and now we are here.
Well, what we're going to do here is quite different from the primary. We're going hiking on the Appalachian Trail.
We're not hiking the entire New Hampshire section of the trail, are we?
Of course not. We're just hiking for a few hours. Then, tomorrow we'll drive up Mount Washington.
Let's make sure we have snacks and water for the hike.
Should we bring a compass and a map? What if there's no service on the trail?
Good idea. We don't want to get stranded in the middle of the woods.
98. Some of the main things about Maine.
This is a beautiful drive up the Maine coastline.
I still can't believe how many lighthouses we've seen.
Well, the coastline is pretty rocky, so it makes sense that they'd need a lot of lighthouses. They guide the sailors and fishermen safely to the harbor.
That's a good point. And it's a long coastline.
Well, I'm hoping we get to see a moose and not just more lighthouses.
The guidebook says there are about 75,000 moose in Maine, but I don't think we'll see one along the coast.
That's too bad. Well, what else is Maine famous for?
Lobster. It's a staple dish of many of the restaurants in the state. We definitely should eat some before we leave.
99. At the aquarium. This aquarium is humongous.
Yes, it's the largest aquarium in the Western Hemisphere and houses tens of thousands of fish and other sea creatures.
And it houses some notable species.
Like whale sharks. I'm looking forward to seeing those. This is one of the few places in the world to see them. Let's go see them first.
Sounds good to me. After that, I want to see the manta ray. There are only 4 places in the world that display one, and this is one of those places.
Great. Let's go see the whale sharks and then the manta ray.
100. Family plans.
The gas company phoned this afternoon.
About the gas stove that we ordered?
Yes, and also about the gas furnace you asked about.
What did they say?
They're going to send someone out to talk with us about the furnace.
Good. I think we're doing the right thing. The old furnace just isn't very efficient anymore.
I agree. We should be able to afford a new furnace now that you got that raise in salary.
Exactly my thoughts. What's up?
Nothing much. What's new with you?
Not too much. I've been pretty busy.
Me too. Seems like all I do is eat and sleep.
Gotta go. Call me tonight.
Okay. Check you later.
32. Daily needs.
This is the last of the milk.
I know. I intend to go to the store today.
Would you get some of that new cereal we saw advertised on TV?
Which one?
You know, the one with the silly ad about how vitamins jump up and down.
Oh, you mean Kiki's?
Yeah, that's the one.
Well, I'll see. Sometimes the stores don't have some of the new kinds of cereal.
33. Airport bus. What time does the bus leave for the airport?
I don't know. It used to leave every half hour, but I think the schedule's been changed.
Do you know the telephone number to call?
It's Enterprise 74700. At least that's what it used to be.
Yeah, I'll try it. They don't seem to answer.
I expect that it's a little too early. I don't think they open until 9 o'clock.
34. Making a date. What time are you leaving tomorrow?
You mean to go to the graduation ceremony?
Yes, I'd like to go with you if I may.
I'd be delighted to take you. I plan to leave here about 9:30.
Fine. I can be ready by then.
Okay. I'll pick you up at your house.
See you tomorrow, then, about 9:30. 35. Effort.
I give up. I simply can't learn French.
Why do you say that? I think you're making a lot of progress.
No, I'm not. I try and I still can't speak it very well.
Learning any language takes a lot of effort. But don't give up. Why don't we practice those dialogues together?
Good idea. That just might help.
36. Catching a bus. Is this where I catch the bus for the zoo?
You can take a T30 from here, but then you have to walk about 6 blocks.
That doesn't sound too bad.
Actually, if you go to the bus stop in the next block, you can take a Z8 which will let you right off in front of the zoo.
Maybe that's what I'll do. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
37. Ordering breakfast.
Would you like to order now?
Yes. I'd like bacon and eggs with buttered toast. No jelly.
What would you like to drink?
Do you have hot chocolate?
Yes, we do.
Then, I'll have a cup of hot chocolate.
How do you want your eggs?
Over easy, please. 38. Near accident.
How about that?
What? What happened?
Did you see what that guy did?
No. I was looking the other way.
He made a U-turn right in the middle of the block and almost hit a kid on a bicycle.
Drivers get crazier every day.
Right. Nobody wants to drive by the rules anymore.
39. What's for dinner?
I wonder what we should have for dinner this evening?
Are you asking me?
Yes, I am. I really don't feel much like cooking, but the family must eat.
Well, you know me. I can always eat pizza, or spaghetti.
So I've noticed. You're putting on a little weight, aren't you?
I know. Don't remind me. I'm starting a new diet day after tomorrow.
It's about time.
40. At the hotel. Yes, sir. May I help you?
I have a reservation for tonight. Tony Davis.
Just a moment, please, while I check. That is correct. You have a reservation for a 3-room suite for tonight.
I'm afraid there's been a mistake. I only asked for a single room, not a suite.
I'm sorry, Mr. Davis, but we have only the suite available. Your request arrived too late to reserve a single. There's a large convention in town this week and we're full up.
Well, if that's the way it is, I'll have to take it.
Just sign the register here and I'll have your bags sent up later. It's suite 718. 41. Arrival time. What time does Mother's plane get in?
I'm not sure, but I think at 2:35. I'll call the airline to make sure.
Why don't you do that while I change my clothes?
Do you think Dick or Brenda will want to go?
I don't know. I guess we could call them.
I know Dick has to work, but maybe Brenda can go.
Okay. Call her first, then the airline. I'll go get ready. 42. Going for a walk. What did you say?
I said that it's a lovely day. Why don't we go for a walk?
Can you wait a few minutes? I have to finish this litter.
Don't take too long. It would be a shame not to take advantage of such lovely weather.
I won't be long. No more than 10 minutes. Why don't you go on ahead and I'll meet you in the park?
Believe I will. Look for me near the rock garden.
43. Academy Awards.
Did you see the Academy Awards program last night on TV?
I watched for a while, then I had to go to bed.
You missed a good show. I didn't agree with the selection for Best Picture, though.
I guess I missed that part. What happened?
Oh, they chose some picture that was so avant-garde that no one understands it.
Well, I don't go to the movies very often. You know me. I prefer more active type things.
Too bad. I really wanted to discuss it with someone.
44. After the movie.
I really enjoyed that movie.
I did, too.
What part did you like the best?
Oh, I don't know. I guess the scene that grabbed me the most was the one in which the old man was dying.
I liked that one, too. In fact, I cried.
To tell you the truth, I had a few tears in my eyes.
Now what?
How about a Coke and a hamburger?
Super.
45. At the bank. May I help you?
I'd like to cash this check, please.
Do you have an account with us?
Yeah. Here's my identification card.
Do you want large or small bills?
Actually, I want to buy some traveler's checks.
What denomination?
20s would be fine.
Do you want the whole amount in traveler's checks?
Yes, please.
Economic news doesn't look good, does it?
Not according to the newspaper yesterday. I saw a similar report last night on TV.
I saw that, too. The analysis seemed to be quite realistic.
I hope they're wrong. We really need to get the rising price structure under control.
Well, costs seem to be rising in so many categories that it appears to defeat any efforts at stabilization.
That's my feeling, too. Raw material now costs more. Labor is demanding higher wages and production costs continue to soar.
There may be some relief this summer. I understand the price of some foodstuffs will decrease.
84. Getting something fixed.
How long do you think it'll take to fix it?
Hard to tell. Sometimes we can find the problem right away and sometimes it may take an hour or two.
Should I wait or come back later?
Suit yourself, but it's probably better to come back later.
You will get it fixed today, won't you?
I don't see any problem. We should have it ready for you by 3 at the latest. But, better call before you come.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
85. Dental appointment. Dr. Katuna's office. May I help you?
Yes. I'd like to make an appointment for a dental checkup.
Are you one of the doctor's regular patients?
No, I'm not. I recently moved to this area and a friend of mine recommended Dr. Katuna.
I see. Dr. Katuna can see you next Thursday. Do you prefer morning or afternoon?
Morning is best for me.
Would 10:30 be all right?
That would be fine.
Good. We'll expect you then at 10:30 on Thursday.
Thank you very much.
86. Neighborhood problem.
We've got to do something about the neighbor's dog.
Why? Has he been into your flower garden again?
The flower garden, the garbage can, and yesterday he started digging holes in the yard.
Did you talk to Mrs. Gorham about it?
You know how she is. All sweetness and light to your face, but then she never does anything. They should either keep that animal in the house or tied up.
I'll talk to Hank about it tonight. He usually listens.
We need more than listening, dear. We need action.
87. Car theft.
Did you hear about what happened to Howard?
No, what?
Someone stole his car.
Really? When did it happen?
Last night. He left it parked in front of his girlfriend's house, and when he came out to go home, it was gone.
Wow. That's really tough. He just bought it last month, didn't he?
Uh-huh. Fortunately, he's got insurance and the police think they already have a good lead.
Well, I certainly wish him luck. 88. Getting ready.
We don't have much time.
I'm hurrying as fast as I can.
Well, try to hurry a little bit more, will you? I don't want to be late.
Oh, we won't be late. You know how these affairs are. They never start on time.
Maybe so. But I always like to get there on time.
Oh, you're such a fuddy-duddy. Don't worry. I'll get you there with time to spare.
Is that a promise?
It's a promise. Now leave me alone while I finish getting ready. 89. A short discussion.
Don't forget, Jim and Adrian are coming over tonight.
I thought they were coming next week.
No. Tonight's the night. I told you at least a half a dozen times.
Well, I forgot.
You forget all too easily if you ask me.
Anyway, I've made other plans.
Like what?
I told Frank I'd help him work on his car.
Then, you'll just have to tell him you can't come.
90. Mail time.
The mail has arrived.
Did I get anything?
I think so. Let me look. You got something from the bank and an advertisement from a health spa.
Give me the letter from the bank. It might be important.
Here. Maybe you've overdrawn your account.
No danger of that. I don't have any money to overdraw. I hope it's an offer of that job I applied for.
91. Family squabble. Come on. It's time to go.
Wait a minute. Just hold your horses. What's your hurry, anyway?
Well, I've got to stop and get gas in the car, first.
That won't take long.
Well, it won't if there's no line at the pump.
Well, I'm not quite ready.
I'll give you 5 more minutes, then I'm going on without you.
You wouldn't do a thing like that.
Oh, yes I would. 92. Planning a business trip.
When shall I say that you will arrive?
Tell them that I plan to be there by tomorrow afternoon.
Shall I have them make a hotel reservation for you?
No need. I made one last week by telephone.
Do you plan to stay longer than 3 days?
I don't think so. I can take care of all the necessary business in 3 days.
Well, have a good trip.
Thank you.